you can overcome every opposition and obstacle. So double tap the screen and share the video with your friends. And let's have an amazing, great time together. Portia, you run away. You're going to need it sometime in life. This is a fact. Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, all the days of man on earth is warfare. So what we are talking about is how, look at this, guys, how to overcome, right? Opposition with numbers. Please, let's fill the other marker. This thing is not that. How to overcome opposition with numbers. How to overcome opposition with numbers. Now, first and foremost, understand that you are at war. Good evening, body man. The day you were born into this world, you were introduced into a battle. The world is a battlefield. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're either trying to distract you from what is really going on, or they want to defeat you. There are people who propose a peace pact with you. There are people who promote the idea of peacemaking, peace movement, peace this, peace that. But underneath that peace campaign, they are waging a massive war against your spirit, against your soul, against your mind, against your body. So please, the first thing you must understand tonight is that you are at war. Please have this understanding. You are at war. You are at war. You are at war. In Job chapter 1, verse 7, I'm going to use a lot of quotes from the Bible, the Quran, and all that to explain some things to you. Because my goal is not to tell you to trash your religion. That's not my goal. My goal is to awaken your consciousness. I am not here to tell you your religion is bad, leave it, don't. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. My goal is to awaken your consciousness. So let's start with that. What is my goal? My goal is to awaken your consciousness. That's what my goal is. My goal is not to tell you to trash your religion. No, I'm not going to tell you that. I am going to awaken your consciousness. The rest is your choice. Whatever you do after that is your choice. If you choose to leave your religion for another religion, or you choose not to, or whatever you do is your choice. Good evening, plumbing. So my goal is to awaken your consciousness. This is my goal, is to awaken your consciousness. And I want to ensure that I am able to do that. Because in the world we live in, there is so much battles, yet so much distractions, that as a warrior, you must ensure that your focus is on what you are for and not on the things you are not for. All right? You must always give your attention, your energy, your resources, your time strictly to the things that you are for, not the things you are not for. I think we should type that. One of the first strategy of warfare is to pay attention only to the things that you are for and not the things you are not for. Only to the ideas that you are for. It's the truth. You are wasting your energy on the things you're against. Good evening, Madam Folake. That's it. Pay attention. I'm going to write it here. One of the key elements of warfare for you to be a successful warrior, good evening, Madam Folake, is to pay attention to the things and ideas you are for. The things and ideas you are for. That's it. Focus on the things you are for. Luminate, good evening. Where is the marker? Focus only on only the things that you are for and not the things that you are not for. This is very important because one of the ways that people get drained is because they give their energy to the things that they are not for. I'm going to explain that to you. I am for, let's just leave it over. Let's just focus. I am for your awakened consciousness. Whenever you see me come on live session or you see me do anything, my goal is to help you awaken your consciousness. I'm not asking you to leave your religion. No, that's not my goal. My goal is to awaken your consciousness. The rest is your choice. The rest is your choice. Whatever you do with that information, as long as your consciousness is awakened, whatever happens after that is on you, is your choice. Because when you introduce people to esoteric knowledge, you must be secure enough in yourself to let them go through their own human evolution. Madam Boundless Gates, good evening. Go through their own human evolution, just like you went through yours. All right? You must be secure enough in yourself that you allow them go through their own human evolution the same way you went through yours. There were things I believed in 20 years ago that I would die for. I no longer believe in them. So I have went through that process of evolution. So when you see me come online, my goal is not to tell you to trash your Bible, trash your Quran, do away with your religion, forget about it, it is trash. No, I will never do that. My goal is to awaken your consciousness. Is to awaken your consciousness. Whatever you do with that is on you. That's on you. It's your choice. If you choose to leave your religion for another religion, So I am not trying to convert. I'm not trying to convert people from whatever they are now to something else. No, that's not my goal. My goal is not to convert people from what they are now to something else or to make them give up what they are now or what they believe in now and accept what I'm saying. No. My goal is for awakened consciousness. Awakened consciousness. That leads us to something. Tonight is for spiritual warfare, guys. Spiritual warfare. It leads us to something. Number one, the height, ego, and judgment. Listen to this. The height of spirituality is a place of no ego and no judgment. All right. The epitome of spirituality is a place of no ego and no judgment. So a truly spiritual person does not have ego, right? And they don't judge. They are not quick to judge. And you will never see them function from the place of ego. It is not in them. A truly spiritual person is not puffed up by knowledge. Because knowledge in itself is a potential. It is knowledge that is transmutated into power that produces results. So the epitome of spirituality is a place of zero ego and zero judgment. Zero ego and zero judgment. It's a place of zero ego and zero judgment. And for you to be in that realm, you must focus on what you are for and focus less on the things you are not for. Honestly, on the things you are not for. I was talking to my best friend and big brother this morning, Professor Ahmed Radaide. I've spoken a lot about him to a lot of people. He's quite very much older than me. And he told me, he said, remember what I always tell you. Remember what I always tell you. I made a video about it and I posted a quote about it. One of your leverage in the battlefield of life, one of your leverage in spiritual warfare, yeah, is to create an aura of mystery around you. To create an aura of mystery around you. A lot of people, you don't have any mystery around you. Everybody knows what you don't like. They know the people you don't like. You don't like Muslims, you don't like Christians, you don't like atheists. They already they can figure you out. But one of your leverage in the battlefield of life is to create an aura of mystery around you. And one of the ways to do that is to not be too direct and vocal about the things you are not for. If people know the things you are not for, the things you are, I don't like to use the word against, because when you are against something, you are feeding that thing with energy. And the more you feed that thing with your energy that is against it, the more powerful it becomes. Because wherever energy goes, power flows, whether it is negative energy or positive energy. You are feeding the things you are against with energy, and it starts growing. And it's reducing and minimizing the energy you have for the things you are for. So this is lower state of consciousness. It is lower state of consciousness. The epitome of spirituality is a place of no ego and no judgment. I was somewhere in Kampala in December, and they were performing some healings on some people in a temple. And one of the key points for these people to receive their healing is to not label the disease as a disease. It is just something. It is a condition. The moment you start labeling things as negative or positive, you want to judge them, you're already functioning from the place of ego. And the more you function from the place of ego and judgment, the less spiritual you are, and the less mysterious you are. And when there is no aura of mystery around you, people can easily figure you out. They know what to say that will trigger you. All right. On my live session right now, people hardly say things to trigger me because you don't even know what to trigger me in the first place. The people that you work with in your office should not be able to figure you out so much that they can know what triggers you. It shouldn't happen. It's the number one key point. This is it. Create an aura of mystery around you. Let's write that in the comment section. Create an aura of mystery around you. In your community, they should not be able to figure you out. See, people know how to best attack when they have figured you out. So they know what you are going to say. You are predictable. Yeah, you are predictable. They know that if they say something, they already expect what you are going to say. Be unpredictable. These are key elements in spiritual warfare. Create an aura of mystery around you. And one way to do that is to be less vocal about the things you don't like. Everybody should not know the things you don't like. Because if they know the things you don't like, then they know the things you like. That's it. If they know the ideas you are against, then they know the ideas you are for. Then they know how to get you. All right? And you'll be easily deceived. Guess what? Because people will come to you to massage your ego from the perspective of the things that they know you like, because you have told them everything you don't like. All right? So there is no aura of mystery around you. One of the key elements and leverage in spiritual warfare for you is to create that aura of mystery around you. Guys, even your closest friends, you should be unpredictable to your closest friends. People should not be able to just know what you are going to do every time, what you will say every time. You should be one. Be the wind. That's it. Be the wind. And we're going to look at the characters of the wind. We're talking about how to overcome opposition with numbers. And I'm going to, like I said, this night is not for the faint-hearted. If you are afraid, this night is not for you, because I'm going to teach you how to cast spells and how to summon spirits. So, yeah, I don't say a lot of things, but when it's time, when I get a download to say it, I say it. I'm going to teach you how to cast spells and how to summon spirits. That's it. So if you know that you cannot handle it, thank you, Illuminate. If you know you can't handle it, no problem. So don't come and demonize anything here. All right? Because I don't demonize anything. I will use Bible for you. I will use Quran to explain to you. I'll use everything to explain to you about jinns and demons and spirits and things that exist in this ecosystem, thoughts and imaginations and visualizations that are trying to destroy your life. But you are there thinking, I'm teaching you that tonight. Because I'm sick and tired of some of my people. You are trying to get something, you don't get it. You're trying to get it, you don't get it. I'm teaching you what I practicalize. These are things that I've practicalized for years, and I did not go public with them. There are many people here right now, if you don't take your spiritual life serious, that good thing that you are holding, they will take it from you. I'm telling you, they will, because they can read you. They can figure you out. They know your next move. They know the things that get you angry. All right? They know the things that get you upset. So there's no aura of mystery. They can explain you. You are predictable. All right? You are predictable. Be the wind. In the Bible, it talked about the wind and says, the wind blows. You hear the sound, but you cannot tell where it is coming from or where it is going. Do you still? Enigmatic character. The wind blows. You hear the sound of the wind, but you can't tell where it is coming from or where it is going. All right? In my estate where I live, I'm not boasting. If I say this thing is not going to stand in this estate, it's not going to stand. Let everybody in the estate be against me. The moment I say it's not going to stand, everybody will start withdrawing little by little, because they cannot explain me. They have no explanation. They don't know where I am. See, the world is trying to make you pick a side. The moment you pick a side, people can figure you out, because now they know where you stand. All right, and they know you are against this thing, you are for this, and so they know, okay, let's entice him with what he is for. Be the wind. The wind blows, you hear the sound, but you can't tell where it is coming from or where it is going. That's what you are meant to be in the battlefield. Because listen, there are many people right now, you think there is no battle in your life, but you have no idea that there are people who are already sharpening their sword. They are preparing to wage a war against you, and you are not prepared. And the reason why it will be easy for them to do anything to you is because they can figure you out. No aura of mystery. They don't know whether you are. They know you are not. You are a peacemaker. They don't know if they don't know. They don't know you are a warrior. All right. One of my business partners, she told me, she said, somebody doesn't know what they will say now, and Femi, you will just spark. It's better that way. Let them not know the things they will say that will get you, that will make you. If they know the things they will say that will trigger you, they have won already. They have won already. People talk about emotional intelligence. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence. A lot of people don't have it. And it's because they have not successfully created this aura of unpredictability, this aura of mystery around them. Because everywhere they go, they talk about everything they don't like. Diet Kitchen, good evening. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. This is wrong. This is no. So you have spoken about what you don't like for 1 hour. Now they know the things that you like. How about that? Be the wind. Now, be the water. Be the water. These are spiritual elements. They are cosmic elements. Cosmic elements. Be the wind, be the water. The wind blows, you hear the sound, you can't tell where it is coming from or where it is going. Be the water. The water flows, it cuts through the rock. The water can cut through the rock. When there is leakage in your house, if you don't fix it, it can destroy the whole roof and POP, because water must flow. It has current. It must flow. No matter how low the pressure is, it's a matter of time. Be water. Good evening, Ijoma. Good evening, Nafisa. Water takes the shape and form of anything it occupies. Guys, double tap the screen. Let's have more people join us. Water takes the shape and the form of anything it occupies. Be water. Be flexible. Now, this doesn't mean that you are going to not stand for anything. No, that's not what it means. It simply means you are unpredictable. They shouldn't be able to figure you out. Lugard, good evening. They shouldn't be able to figure you out in your office. Now, you have to be a great team member. You work with them as a team, you do that. But they should not be able to, I talk to some of the people around me sometimes. Why should you approach people and the first thing you are telling them are the things you are against? They're already figuring you out. Now, let me tell you something that Robert Greene said in the book, was it Art of Seduction? Or one of these books. Now, he said, one of the ways, the laws of human nature, one of the ways to know people, is to swallow your pride and your ego. And to give up your self-absorption. A lot of people, you are too self-absorbed. You are too much about yourself. So when you meet people, you are telling them everything about yourself and the things you are against. So you have succeeded in telling them so much about yourself, and now you know little about them. So they have 80% information about you. You have 10% about them. Yet you think you are, yes, I know. The day they are going to destroy you. Exactly. No, it's the laws of human nature. The laws of human nature. You must give up self-absorption. People are too self-absorbed. See, you cannot win, Madam Roberto, good evening. You cannot win the battle of life if you are too self-absorbed. Listen, when I meet people, I can let them speak for 3 hours. I'm just there listening. There are people who know how to speak. They don't know how to listen. A lot of people need to master. Good evening, Pauline. A lot of people need to master how to listen. And I talk to the people around me. Do you guys notice how when someone is talking, I just pause. People even tell me you listen too much. I want to try and know everything I need to know about the person. But you can even give somebody a chance to speak right now. They have spoken for 30 minutes and you just want to chip in 1 minute. They continue from where you have chipped in. These are signs that you are not emotionally guarded. These are signs that your ego is your motivation. And in the battlefield, if you cannot put your ego, your emotions in check, people will always be able to figure you out. And because your ego is your asset, yes, you are still there. You are still there. But you don't know anything about them. They know everything about you. I am this, I am that, I am this, I have become this, I have done this, I have done that, I have... all your informations. You have given them 80% information about you. What do you know about them? Nothing. So when they want to attack, they have security intelligence about you. They have spiritual intelligence about you. They have economic intelligence about you. They have everything they need to know about you. Right? So you must create an aura of mystery around you. You must be the wind. You blow, people hear your sound, but they don't know where you are coming from or where you are going. You must be the water. You flow. You break through the rock, silently breaking through the rock. Keep them guessing, silently breaking through the rock, especially people who are in the public space. People who are in the public place. I have spoken to a lot of people who are close to me. The way you talk in public, you are giving up too much information about yourself, about the things that you are emotionally attached to, the things you are against, the things you are for, the ideas that you will die for, the ideas that you cannot die for and you hate. And then those are informations about you that is meant to keep people guessing. It's meant to keep people in the dark. Because you are in the battlefield. The world is a battlefield. You were born into this warfare. The moment your mother gave birth to you, the only metrics where you were protected, where nothing could harm you, was in the metrics of your mother's womb. The moment your mother pushed you out through the breaking of her water and her blood into this earth matrix, you became susceptible to the whims, to the gimmicks, to the arrows, to the attacks of people. Even children are being attacked by people. You don't know. People hate children. A child that didn't do anything to them, they just begin to just hate on that child. So you must master how to create an aura around you. And an aura of mystery around you. And the best way to do that is not to be vocal about the things that you are against. For everybody to know, I'm against this thing. Oh. It's the truth. I made a voice note that I sent to the MGM group this morning. I had like a 40-minute conversation with my best friend and big brother, Ahmed Radaide. A lot of you have heard me talk about him many times. And he's a professor quite older than me. And whenever we have time to speak, he is always like, he puts me in check, puts me on track. We don't speak all the time. He's a professor in a very top university. But when he has time for me, he puts me in check. One of the things he said, I always tell you, don't engage in anything that has to do with religious or political arguments. Because the moment you do it, the world wants you to pick a side. The moment you pick a side, they can read you, they can figure you out. There's no more aura of mystery around you. Stay completely away from it. Focus on your goal, your vision to elevate people's consciousness. So my goal is not to get you to leave your religion. My goal is not to tell you to trash everything you are doing. My goal is to elevate, help you awaken your consciousness. Whatever you do after that is your choice. Whatever you do after that is your choice. Whatever you do after that is your choice. So I am for what I am for. I'm not against anything. That's the apex of spirituality. Yeah, that's my prerogative. That's why you see me. I will quote Bible. I will quote Quran for you. Yes, I will quote Summoning the Lord. This book by these people, the Baha'i faith. I will quote some books by some Sufis. I will quote some texts from the Hindu text. I'll quote some ancient texts because there is beauty in all these things. Because my goal is not to tell you to cut off from your religion because you have met me now and I'm talking to you now. So you must trash your religion this night. No. I'm not going to do that. I don't pick any side. My side is my side. I'm also religious in my own way. Yeah? There must be that aura of unpredictability, that aura of mystery. You must never lose that aura of mystery around you, such that people cannot figure you out easily. Come on, man. Easily figure you out. Easily figure you out. Easily figure you out. Because spiritual warfare is usually coded. You are dealing with, coded languages, stuff you have to decipher. So it means that you have to master the arts of fluidity. You have to be fluid so you can flow. You have to be fluid so you can be flexible enough to open up to the next information you need to access a portal. Right? Fluidity. Fluidity is very important. Now, what are the types of warfare? Let's go to that. What are the types of warfare? The first thing we must understand is that we are in a quantum field. This is a quantum field. This is a magnetic field. This is a container. That's where we are in. All of us are in this matrix. All right? And there are operations in this matrix. They are, science calls it energy. Religion calls it spirit. All right? The street, it is called vibe. So there are positive vibes, there are negative vibes, there are light spirits, there are evil spirits. All right? Yeah? In this quantum field. Now, there is nature abhors vacuum. As I'm speaking to you right now, between me and this camera, you think it is an empty space when you are seeing it from the physical perspective. But when you take a microscopic look at the distance between where I'm standing and this camera, a lot of operations, protons, neutrons, bacteria, between me standing here and this camera. It's in the spirit world. It is either an evil spirit, it is a good spirit, it is either high vibrational frequency or low vibrational frequency. Now, for anything to successfully function or carry out its assignment in the human realm, it must take over a human body. Please understand that. Genes don't just function directly here. They take over a human body. You need to go watch a movie called Walter. There's a movie about genes on Netflix. So hatred, is a vibe, is a spirit, right? Is an energy, low vibrational. But hatred cannot just function as hatred. Yeah? Walter, not water. Walter. Hatred cannot just function as hatred successfully in the human realm. It must take on a human vessel to function. Genes cannot just function directly in this realm. They must take on, because in this realm, the only thing that can function successfully is a human body. Right? And it's either low vibrational or high vibrational. Now, jealousy in itself, jealousy cannot just be jealousy, except it takes on a human body. Except it takes on a human body. Now, all these things are protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms, bacteria hanging around, looking for somebody whose mind is pliant, whose mind is a conducive environment for them to habitate and grow. He's looking, they are there. There is a distance between me and this camera. There are many things right now. We can't see it with the physical eyes, but they are there waiting. The moment you make yourself available, they are looking for a host. Thank you. The moment you make yourself available, you become the host of that thing. You become the host. So you cannot say these things we are saying as superstitious. No, they are not. They are not. They are not. Science calls them energy. Religion calls them spirits. It takes discernment, microscopic look, not just with your natural eyes. You need an enhancer, something to enhance your physical eyes, because these are just physical eyes. These are really not they are eyes, not sight. But when you awaken your sight, when your mind is awakened, right? When your spiritual faculty is awakened, the moment somebody switch from friend to enemy, you know. You must, thank you. Opening, when your third eye is open, when all your chakras, there are no holes in your chakras. Thank you so much. There are no holes in your chakras. A friend today that becomes an enemy tomorrow, you just know that this person has switched. You just know it. You just know it. It says, do not be ignorant of the devices, right, of the enemy. Do not be ignorant. One of the things that people easily know their enemy, but they usually don't know a friend that has become an enemy. I hope you know that. My friend, but that friend has has metamorphosed to an enemy. But you don't know. You don't know. So is my friend, but they are no longer a friend, but you don't know. And that's how. Let me tell you a story. Remember the story of Julius Caesar, the Roman emperor, and Brutus. Brutus was a friend. Exactly. Brutus was a friend. Now, one of the things I'm going to say, because someone is asking this question, we'll talk about Julius Caesar. I want to make sure that I answer people's questions. Somebody is asking how they can open their third eye. The first thing I'm going to tell you, stop drinking alcohol. I'm not saying you drink alcohol, bro. See, alcohol is flesh-eating spirit. Somebody wrote on, all these people who want to claim that they are 9-eater African beings and all that. But many of these people are actually on something, right? Alcohol is a flesh-eating spirit. It blocks your chakras. It blocks your third eye. And I'm going to tell you something tonight. Please don't take it. If you do your own research, I'm not trying to tell you that Islam is better than your religion. But one of the key ways to open your third eye is to always bow down your head. I hope you know that. A lot of people here know. The oldest form of prayer, even in the African cultural system, I don't know about yours, in my Yoruba cultural system, is to bow down your head. Because when you do that, after a while, you would notice here, your third eye, your pineal gland, something is happening because now you are marinating with the earth, with the ground. That's what you are doing. That's one of the ways to actually open. People don't like to talk about it that way because they think I don't want people to be offended. There are Christians right now, Coptic Christians, who that is the way they pray, and they are Christians. But that's not how. I'm not trying to promote something above another and all that. But this is a fact. That's one way to open your third eye. Always put your head on the ground. Yeah, that's how Jesus prayed. Every time he wanted to pray, he washed himself and he put his head on the ground. Yeah. Whenever I'm losing my mark, I'm like, but I'm praying. What's happening? And then I keep at it because my third eye must be open in this world of pain. In this world that somebody can just wake up and just be envious of you. In this world that people can just set you up. Yes, bow down your head. Meditation helps in opening the third eye, of course. Mindfulness, practicing mindfulness, rituals. Turn everything in your life to rituals. Your bath must be ritual. Your bathing time must be a ritual. Everything around you must be a ritual. Alcohol. See, there are some temples that you go to and they tell you, don't drink before you come. When I went to the Baha'i temple, for instance, in Kampala, thank you, sun gazing. Sun gazing helps you. Thoughtfulness, mindfulness. And they told me there, they said, have you eaten today? I said, yes. Do you drink alcohol? I said, no, I don't drink alcohol. They said, okay, you can come back tomorrow, but please don't eat and don't drink alcohol. There are a lot of places that you should not, because alcohol is a flesh-eating spirit. Alcohol does not aid anything. It is just a hype. I am telling you, it is just a hype. Alcohol blocks your chakras. It creates holes in your aura. It creates hole in your aura. It just gives you a sense of, yeah, you are high. After a while, you come down, and then from wherever you went to, you come down from there after your hangover. So Julius Caesar was a friend of Brutus. And Brutus betrayed Julius Caesar the first time, right? And Julius Caesar forgave Brutus. Go and study that story. After he forgave him, he brought him back into the courts. Brutus was the key part of the people that butchered Julius Caesar in the steps like a dog at the end of the day. Yeah. Because Julius Caesar did not know that a friend at one time became an enemy. When your discernment is low, you will not know the things that are happening around you. When it is all about yourself. Because the only way to know what is happening around you is to Give up your self-absorption. Don't be too into yourself. Just be water and be wind and just watch everything around you. Be watching everybody around you. That's the way to tap into their own energy and be able to figure them out. So let's go to the types of warfare. Let's go to the types of warfare. The beginning is spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. And I started talking about that. Spiritual warfare. Metaphysical realm. Even science has told us a lot of things are happening that we can't see with our natural eyes. We can't comprehend with the natural mind. So there is a spirit science that is delving into that world of metaphysical realm. There's that spirit, that science community. Because everything begins from nothingness. For we fight against the rulers of the world of darkness, against principalities and power. That's what it says. Systems that exist. They exist in this realm. Genes that have taken over people. Reptilian spirits. The offsprings of Nephilims who have taken over human vessels. And they want to frustrate you. And it begins in the spirit. It begins in the spirit. One of the things that we must understand is that you are a spirit having a human experience. You are a spirit having a human experience. So you are first a spirit, right? Having a human experience. So this is why people can't get up from a fall because their spirit is broken. Yeah. Their spirit is broken. This is why the first thing to protect and shield is your spirit. Your spirit. Your spirit that is in you is the first thing you are meant to guard your heart with all diligence. Your spirit. Nothing must break. See, your body can be weak, but if your spirit is not broken, your spirit is not broken. You must harmonize your spirit and your body. One of the statements I hear is that the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. No, you can't do that as a warrior and a soldier. You must get to the point. We must get to the point where whether the body is weak and is about to perish, if the spirit have an assignment to carry out, the body will have to answer to the spirit and carry out that assignment. And carry out that assignment. And if the genes and the spirit and the whatever are aware that is who you are, they step back because they say this one does not take nonsense. Whether their body is weak or not, their spirit must carry out their assignment. You know, people tell me a lot, oh, your eyes are red. It's like you don't get enough sleep. Well, I am healthy. I try to do checkup every now and then. They tell me you are very, very. I did full blood sample the last time, blood, everything. They said, your blood is so clean. Everything is so perfect, but you need to start eating more fruit. So I am not sick. But I will not say because I slept at 1 a.m. Then there is a download in my spirit and I will not wake up at 3 a.m. I will wake up, but I don't care. Because the spirit and the body, they have been harmonized. They have been harmonized. There must be a harmony of your body and your spirit. There is no such thing as my spirit wants to do it when my body is weak. No. If the spirit is willing, the body will tag along. The body will tag along. Because everything begins here in the spirit realm. Every sickness, pain begins here. The things you can't see. Because everything that you see came from nothingness. Even science has proven it. Everything you are seeing, it came from nothingness. Everything came from nothingness. Everything that exists in your reality now came from nothing. And that is the 0 point energy in science. And that is the spiritual world. And every religion tells you about the spiritual world, tells you about demons, tells you about spirit, tells you about low vibrational frequency, tells you about high vibrational frequency. You must have that understanding. And these things can never operate without human partnership. They need a host. Germs need a host. A virus is not powerful until it takes on the body of a human. Yes, that's when it begins to operate. Now, envy is nothing. Envy is evil, is nothing. But the moment somebody make their mind and their body and their heart a conducive environment for jealousy, then it begins to operate. Then it begins to grow. Then it begins to bring forth fruits. Right? It begins to bring forth fruits. Different kind of fruit, from jealousy to envy to strife to wishing that you die tomorrow and they don't see you again, to wishing that you cease to exist. That is it. That's what happens, because jealousy is just jealousy on its own. Envy is just envy on its own. Lying is not just lying on its own. A sickness is just a sickness. A virus is just a virus. A scientist created a virus in his laboratory. It's just a virus until it takes on a human body, a host. Then it begins to operate. It begins to destroy the faculties of that human body. And this is why you cannot say that these things are superstitions. No, they are not. There is an article I wrote one time, and it is called The Evolution of Evil. And I was inspired by a story that happened in Kaduna, where a teacher kidnapped his student, a 6-year-old girl, and eventually unalived the girl. Do you know that the teacher did not start? His plan was not to unalive the girl. The evil evolved from, I want to kidnap this girl so I can make some money. Yeah. Greed. It started with greed. The evil of that evolution started with greed. Then when the little girl was arrested, while they were trying to search for the girl, maybe the girl saw her teacher. She saw his face, and the evil evolved from greed to intention to murder. Right? Intention to murder the girl. Now, the moment he figured that, what can I do? Then he became murder. This is exactly how genes, evil spirit, jealousy, strife, envy. This is why it can happen to anybody. If you make your heart a conducive environment for these low vibrational frequencies, they will take on you to the point where you will start asking yourself, I can be this envious and jealous. This is something you deal with as a human being. You must deal with it. It's a thin line. You must deal. This thought will always cross your mind. They are all around you. Germs, virus, bacteria, protons, neutrons, everything. All around you, waiting for you to make yourself available to them. Then they enter inside you. And because your heart has become available to them, they make you their host. You are their host now, and they start growing. And before you know it, the friend you used to love, and used to praise and encourage, now becomes waiting they worry himself. And before you know it, grows. Before you know it, envy, jealousy becomes envy. Envy becomes strife. It becomes bitterness. It becomes malice. Then it becomes a wish to make it just get accident one day, make it just die. This is the way these things operate. And it can happen to the best of us. It can happen to the best of us. Now, from the spiritual warfare, it goes to the concept of strongholds, which has a lot to do with your mental, faculty. When people talk about strongholds begin in your mind. Patterns and belief systems that you have held on to that are not true. Delusions are strongholds in your mind. The mind is the battleground. Let's get that. The mind is the battleground. The mind is a battleground. The mind is the battleground. Let's write that in the comment section. Your mind is the battleground. So your mind is either fertile for good spirits or fertile for evil spirits. Your mind is the battleground. So it's either a fertile ground for jealousy, for envy, for name them, or it's a fertile ground for joy, peace, happiness, celebrating other people. Your mind is the battleground. This is why you must protect and guard your mind. That is where the seeds are sown, whether it is evil seeds, whether it is good seed. But until it is sown on your mind, it is neither good nor evil. It is just an energy. So it is your mind that fertilizes and gives it its nature, its label. Is it going to be for evil or for good? Oh, this, my friend, is doing so well. Am I going to see it as a challenge for me to become better in my own way, or I'm going to see it as a way to envy them and start competing with them? All right. So the mind is the battleground. Everything begins in the mind. The mind is the battleground. As a man thinketh, so he is. The mind is the battleground. You must jealously protect your mind. You must jealously protect your mind. And it begins with God paying attention to the things you give your attention to. Because your attention is currency, right? The things you give your attention to, and the capacity and courage to deal with things on the spot. Deal with things on the spot. Protect your mind. Thank you, Evangelist Jasper. Protect your mind. Because these genes, these demons, they are looking for a host. They are looking for a host. I don't understand your question, Temi Forte. Protect your mind. Mental warfare. Protect your mind. And then it takes us to social warfare. I've spoken about reputation many times. Social warfare. There are many people right now. Do you know why you are not growing in your business? Do you know why? Why it seems that socially there is just something that has, you have reached a point where there is a caveat. An evil caveat has been placed on you. You know how they placed caveat on a property? Where you go and do the legal search and they tell you, no, this property is not, because somebody has placed a caveat on the property. There are many people right now. The reason you are not growing or advancing, whether in your business, whether in your relationship, is because an evil caveat has been placed on you socially. That's why there's no headway. Socially. One of the ways people do that is they cast spells. Words are spells. I've said this before. Words are spells. People have said very terrible things about you. They've lied against you. All right? They have, tarnished your image. Things that you never did. They said you did it. And you were so lackadaisical that when they said it, it doesn't matter. You didn't even you did not address it. You did not address it. See, listen, I can be your friend till eternity. The moment you attempt to attack my name, I know what I'm going to perform on you that night. I don't waste time for that. You can steal my money, yeah? Because see, your personality is what opens portals for you in the human realm. People only open their gate for somebody with a good personality story. People only buy from somebody with a good brand story. Yeah. When it's your relative, there is no such thing. A toxic person is a toxic person, whether it is your relative or your friend. And they must be dealt with the same way. So people have said nasty things about you in your office and you did not address it. And those were seeds. You didn't even counter it. Those were seeds that were germinated in this quantum field, in the minds of other people. The other time I talked about how to manifest. One of the elements to use to manifest is storytelling. Storytelling. A lot of us, you need to rewrite your story. Because the story that is being told about you right now, oh God, no, it's not a good story. It is not a good story. It is a story that has destroyed your personality to the point where you are such an amazing human being, but everybody sees you as a terrible human being because you refuse to address those who were engaged in the war of words with you. It is called the war of words. The war of words. Why do you think that brands always do damage control? The war of words. The war of words. The war of words. The war. They are waging a war of words against you. And you are not engaging them. You are not engaging them in that war of words, countering what they are saying spiritually, socially, physically. You are not doing damage control. And when you don't do damage control, words damage you. Words damage you, the war of words. Why do you think that in the medieval times,